Yo, what's up, Internet? Welcome to episode 5 of the No Limit podcast. This is the very last one for the year, and we have none other than the hottest up and coming rapper in South
Yeah. Wow, thanks.
Gyre.
What's up?
Are you good?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. Thanks for
amazing.
coming through.
Pleasure. It's lovely to be here.
Yeah, I thought I should get you here just to close off the year.
Uh-huh.
Because I think you've had an incredible year this year.
Oh, shout out. I really
You know,
appreciate that.
yeah. Also, just to kick things off, when did you start rapping? Because you're a rapper.
Yeah, I started rapping in 2015. I was talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
In 2015, in second year. I remember I think I was studying for I think it was criminal law, which I eventually failed, by the way. So, just so you know. And I remember, out of nowhere, just something came to me. And I mean, when I was younger, I'd write little raps, and now that I think back, but they weren't serious. I was writing songs to sing.
Yeah.
But this was when it really started, and I was like, oh shit, okay, let's rap. And I needed to express myself differently,
Sure.
because it's just my singing voice had, when your balls have dropped, sweetie, they have fallen, they're gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just needed to express myself differently, and rap just happened to be the thing that really helped me express myself really well, and so that's when I started rapping. So yeah.
Just that is. Did it immediately just come to you, or there was a trial period where you were like, everything I've done so far is just crap. No one has to hear this.
I think in terms of at the beginning, I was just writing. I remember I did it for my friend Rosalind at her place because I was really just living at her place. I really should have been going home. But also Fees Must Fall happened that year, guys. Anyway, and I'd do it for her, and I'd look away and I'd be like, she's like, oh, that's not bad, So it started off really tamely, and it's not till I met Gyre Audio. Shout out to Gyre Audio. Shout out to Black Rebel Media Studios, who hold me down. You know what I mean? And after when I met him, he actually is friends with my sister.
Okay.
And the one time I think I was hosting a party at home. I think, because it was at the back. But he was like, my sister was like, my brother raps now. And he was like, what? I thought he was acting. He's like, no. She's like, no. And then I came through and I rapped for him. He's like, okay, you should come through the studio. I'm like, okay. But I wasn't serious about anything, you know what I mean? I was just trying it. And Gyre really believed in me. Gyre really believed in me, And it all flowed. It flowed. It flowed. It came.
It seems like he's your main producer, because I was looking at your Queernomics mixtape, and I just kept seeing his name coming up.
Yeah, no. I principally worked with him, and I worked with Altune as well.
Yeah.
Where it's Altune and Gyre Audio working together.
Oh.
To create Slay and Sleep was Altune
Okay.
and Gyre Audio, which was really epic. I mean, it was the process of making that. Slay and Sleep had an original version, which was crap. It sounded like frogs. It sounded like frogs that back I was just bubbleguming this nonsense. And then my friend Rosalind actually was like, nah, bruh, switch it up. And I'm like, okay, fine, I'll switch it up. And then it came about. So I work principally with Gyre Audio. To get back, sorry, I'm a drifter.
That's right. Drift on this podcast.
But now I'm expanding. I'm working with Beefy now as well,
Yeah.
which is really great. I love working with Beefy.
Yeah, we'll get to you guys. There's an order to this. You've been performing in a lot this year. And it's also on your social media trying to get, I think, to perform at what's this? Global Citizens, which is this weekend.
Unfortunately, we did not succeed as we see guys. Maybe next time. No, it was really an attempt to get on. We tried guys, because everyone knows I had the article.
On their website.
Yeah, on their website, but their team said it's cast. I tried everything I could. Even when I went to win my tickets, I was like, yo, dude, check out, let's try it. And they're like, nah, dude, it's literally. And they haven't accepted anyone outside of the original cast that they put
the
out,
others.
you know. So it was like what ifs, but it's still like I don't feel any type of way. I think those moments will come and they're meant to come.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just relax.
And then the campaign for Afropunk.
So this is what happened with Afropunk, guys. So with Afropunk, they took the article which was on source from Bubblegum. As you can see, Bubblegum is also credited in the Afropunk article, and they put that up on their site. And we did make communication with them as well. And unfortunately, their lineup is also full. But it's chilled. Like that moment will come, guys. That moment will come. Like things are coming. It's a process.
It is. Actually, speaking of like Afropunk, I was surprised that you were campaigning. Okay, firstly, your mixtape is called Queernomics.
Can I say now I no longer call it a mixtape? I've changed my mind. I call it an album. It's an album. Yeah, it's always beef. It's like it's an album, guys. It's not a mixtape. That's Gyre sound and it's Gyre sound. It's originally something that we have worked together to pioneer. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so because of that, like it's not a mixtape. I didn't take any established beats and hop on because that's what I understand a mixtape to be. You know what I mean? Sure. And by definition, you know what I mean? Sure. So it's none of that. And I feel like why should I value my work to be an album only when I'm making 10,000 sales? If I'm making 10 sales, there's a 10 album song. That's what it is. Because I'm professional from the moment I choose to be. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna wait. I said beef, you know, like there's no time to wait for. Like this is not the come up. This is it. You know, like there's no such thing as the come up. They'll talk about like everything about your career when the time comes, when that moment comes. So like it is what it is. It's an album because I made an album and an album is an album. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna wait for anyone to acknowledge me in order for me to say, okay, now that's when it's an album. You know, the work was created in that sense, and we must respect the art for what it is, not for what we want. Yeah.
And that was a word with Gyre. So it's your official debut album.
Yeah.
Have you been submitting it to like the SA Hip Hop Awards? Is it going to be submitted for the summer next year?
I don't know. I don't. The reason why I am skeptical at this point is because like I am working on something new.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And next year I want to start fresh. You know, like I think it's time for new music. Okay. And like I'm even bored. Like my friends always tell me, my manager always says, "Bored, man. You know?
Same songs.
Yeah. You know, like it's time to move up now. You know what I mean? I want to end the Queernomics era. It was what it was. No need to prolong everything. It just delays your progress.
Yeah.
You know, and the moment came, you did what you did with it and you could with it. And yeah, but I mean, now she put it out there, I didn't think about the summer or anything like that. But like, like the only reason I considered is if it can ring, then why not? But yeah. I mean, I want to move on. You know, I think it's important not to hold on to moments, you know. It's like, I'm a huge football fan. And there's so many life lessons from football. It's like being champions, guys. You can't be excited about winning one Premier League title and then think you're going to win it again. You need to want it again.
Again and again.
You know what I mean? You can't hold on to that shit. Maybe I think it's time to just take the step forward.
And why the name Queernomics? What does that mean?
It's funny, the story. So like I was actually, what do you call this? I thought Queernomics was like a album, like a genuine rap, like album by someone legitimate. It turns out it was actually by John Cena. Wow. Yeah, I was inspired by John. So John Cena. Huh?
Did you see him?
No, I mean, who sees him? No one sees him. So then at the time I thought it was that, but then I later found it wasn't. And then I thought, okay, I'm speaking towards queer agenda. I want to tell the queer story, tell my narrative, and move on. Boom, I'm queer. Let's move on now. This is me. It's gone. So it's the lesson about my queer experience.
Who you are?
Yeah, my Queernomics. Okay. Here's my textbook.
Man, you want to switch it up? Because it's still good. Restart. Yo, let us just quickly restart this camera here and then we'll continue with Gyre here.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't know. I consider myself, okay, there's very little, I know certain things when it comes to like the LGBTQ community, like the definitions of those alphabets. But being queer, what does it mean for you?
I'm so happy that you said for me, because like it's, what I always say is, guys, let's stop homogenizing. That means making the experience of all gay people one experience. You know, one that you know. Because so easy is, you know, all everyone is like this. No, you know what I mean. Just because Gyre is not everyone is like this. No, I represent those who feel represented by me. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. That this is not a reflection of every queer man. It's my experience, which is important. Why every experience should be. Why we should open up the industry so that we can learn more about different people, you know, even within the heterosexual realm, you know what I mean? Like, let's just learn more about people while we're learning, regurgitating the same people, the same thing. Like, it's so boring. TV is so boring. Oh. But anyway, back to that. Sorry, I'm a drift. So queer for me means not heterosexual, but not in any particular box, and fluid, essentially. Just like I am a firm believer in the fluidity of sexuality. You know what I mean?
So just loosely, you do what you want when you want.
I think.
Correct in saying that.
This is how I put it. I'm queer in identity. I'm queer in identity, but gay in sexuality.
Oh, okay.
Does it make sense? I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense in my. It makes sense in my case. It makes sense. I think a lot of people are like me. I think a lot of people are queer. I don't think the world is. I think heterosexuals are probably one of the least amount of people actually. It's just because it's been conditioned to everyone to be a heterosexual. I think the world is
gay as fuck.
Not even gay. Like, I think it's bisexual. And those who are heterosexual yet are still like, what to call this, open to different sexual experiences. It doesn't make you any certain way. Like, sex is just a part of sexuality. Sex isn't sexuality. You know what I mean? That's why it's so silly. People are like, bisexual, if you have sex with a girl. I mean, did you have sex with a girl before you knew that you were straight? No. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's nothing. Sex is just another part of it. You know what I mean? And also we must start thinking about things like how, like, part of relationships and things like that speak to your sexuality and your sexual expression in that sense, like, relates to what do you call this? Fuck, I've lost my train of thought. Whatever. You know what I'm saying, guys. You know what I'm saying. But the point is that the world is fluid now. The world, we must accept the fact that the world is fluid. The world is fluid.
Okay. The thing is, I'm trying to. Okay, I also have no idea what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, you got lost in the wind somewhere there.
I got lost somewhere. But I think I get the gist of it.
Yeah.
And that in how you identify as being queer and how you see the world as in a way being everyone being queer. Yeah, I think I do. So the album was you expressing that
my queerness
through
my experiences and experiences which I've experienced vicariously through others. Like seeing my friends' lives. Like my things about guys, like our life is a movie. It's just the soundtrack. You know what I mean? Like it's low-key the soundtrack of what was happening in my spaces, in my journey of self-actualization. Sure. That's why I say it's about self-actualization really. That's what was happening in my head. Those are discussions that were happening in my head about like what I want in my relationship. You know what I mean? Like and in my expression of my queerness, this is how it happens to me. It's more than just my sex. That's why I am sex is a section in Queernomics.
You actually, I was gonna get you that you divided the album into certain sections.
Yeah, I divided into 5. It's I am human, I am queer, I am sex, I am love, and I am black. Because that all forms part of my identity. My sexuality is not my identity, guys. That's why I said in SOS, excuse me, my sexuality will get me views, but my talent will get me places, you know. Sure. I know I'll get views, guys. I know. They're fascinated. A gay rapper. Oh my god, it's rapping. You know, like, whatever. But it's about what's in you. How hard are you working?
personal
Yeah.
experience.
How hard are you working to put your craft towards being the best? Because your sexuality is just a part of your identity. Don't let people and let others dictate how your life will go because of your sexuality.
For sure.
You know what I mean? It's badala phela manje, we're too old.
Can't be doing that.
We can't be doing that, but it's so childish. You know what I mean?
Has that, do you feel like has that played sort of, put a crutch on your career, identifying and being openly queer, not only just in your personal life, but also through your music?
It's hard. I was having a discussion with my brother-in-law, and he was like, he feels like he feels like there's queer, what do you call this, erasure in the sounds. If you think about like people like Faga, who are doing amazing things internationally. Dude, like shout out to Design Maria, shout out to Fela Gucci, like they're doing things, they're doing amazing things. La, Ibn Tlonipo, Dololo. You know, where is the recognition for the work that they're doing? Nowhere. Now Kane Torre is amazing. Kane Torre is amazing, but he's not embraced. Why? Because we're not opening up. You know what I mean? So I think maybe, like sometimes I think, yeah, maybe it's a case, but like I don't ever wanna make that a part of my
part.
Yeah, it's not my part of my story. I won't let your erasure or attempts to even erase me to be a part of it. Like, listen, sweetie, we're here. We're here. We're not going anywhere. It's Bagdala, man. You know what I mean? So I think, if there's been a crash, then okay, Nzamileke, but I'm going, sweetie. I'm not gonna stop. You know what I mean? And then I think that's what makes queer people so like important. You know, those are symbols of resilience. Those are symbols of power.
You know, I think the other side of it, especially looking at the guys from Faga, don't you think a part of it is it's something that is new? South Africans are not used to that type of sound, so they still try to get acclimated to it. That's why I think their rise in South Africa is a bit slow, whereas overseas, because it's an audience that wants to embrace that newness.
Well, I think you know what, change, guys, it doesn't wait for anyone. You can't sit around like if you want things to happen, they must just happen. You'll never be ready. You'll never be ready. Trust me, you'll never be ready for me. I'm telling you now, you'll never be ready for me. You just need to deal with me. You know?
Yeah.
Just deal with it, fam. What are you getting ready for? Why are you actually getting ready? How could you possibly know how you're gonna react? You haven't been in that situation.
True.
What an excuse. What a heterosexual excuse. You know what I mean? Like, really? Like, you know, like, and also, as I was saying, I'm thinking actually, same thing, like, let's be honest, guys, even the slightest bit of exposure that's happening within the LGBTQIA community is really part of the G part of it, really. Seldom is there as much, what to call this, press and acknowledgement of people within other parts of the community.
Yeah.
Like, how often do we hear about lesbian rappers or musicians or trans or bisexual, because like they can't even come out about it, you know what I mean? There's so much more. Let's not just think that just because we're showing gay guys now we're raping the community. No, you're just talking about gay guys.
We definitely need to
Open
back
completely.
to you opening up the industry. There's a lot more.
There's so much that needs to happen. Like, we're really at the Genesis, and so much needs to happen. So much needs to happen.
No, I think with guys like you pioneering the quote-unquote queer rap sound, definitely people are going to be encouraged to come out and just do their work as well. It may be rapping, it may be just singing, whatever it is, just come out. There's an audience for you, definitely.
Yeah. Also, abantu, guys, seriously, sebazohamba apha emhlabeni badala. Ithi soba in charge lakhaya. Ithi baby, it's our world. They said we're the future, we're here. This is the future. Let's take over. Gay agenda, yeah.
spreading the gay agenda. So next year, you and Beefy are working.
Yeah.
What's happening?
We're making music. That's what's happening. I'm working with Beefy. I'm working with L2. I'm working with Gyre Audio again.
Okay.
And yeah, because we just got a natural chemistry. Like holla, if you got something, holla. Yeah, but like holla soon. Because like,
is it
I'm trying to.
a mixtape or a sophomore album?
It's definitely gonna be. It's definitely not gonna be a mixtape. It might be.
An EP.
It might be an EP, but I'm really steering away from that, guys. But I know you'll get an album. That which you'll definitely get. I'm thinking about whether you'll get anything else, but I don't think so. But it's an album.
Yeah, but it's been like just over a year now.
Yeah.
Queernomics, it's time.
Yeah, hey, it's modern time. Hey, Facebook, phela manje. Says you're Rasta. No. Let's keep it moving, sweetie. Yeah, no, we're getting it moving now. So like, I think we can expect a lot of music next year.
Yeah.
Like, we expect a lot of music. Also, it's been part of, like, if I'm straight up with you, like, it's about also for me learning to trust myself as well.
Yeah.
It's hard. Like, this game ain't like, hey, I don't play, sweetie. I don't play. You know, it's a jungle out there. But it's like, it's.
No, but I think it is a jungle out there, but you've definitely adapted to it. I think.
Oh, shout out. It's nice to know that people think that.
Like,
but, yeah.
I watch you and obviously we follow each other on Twitter. And then like I go on your page and I see all this press you're doing, some of these shows you go to, and I'm like, you know, he's definitely getting his name out there.
Yeah.
It's you know, the right people will eventually see the work.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think it's just working towards the right direction, like learning on the job as well. Like it's learning on the job. You figure it out. You know what I mean? So like I trust where I'm at, and I trust what I'm doing, and like I'm ready to do it now because this is what I've chosen to do. You know, this is what I've been chosen to do. Also as well, I've got a purpose to fulfill, and I must fulfill it. You know.
And yeah, you said your brother, your sister said you've given up acting now. Is there a plan to go back to that? Are you multi?
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm like
talented.
As you all have known, I am now extraing, guys. Listen, no, I did it because like it's cool, and like I wanted to get a foot into the industry. You know what I mean? See what it's about, so that I know what I want to go into. Because I used to act like before I did anything music, I wasn't doing music for the longest. Like I was known in high school for doing plays, like drama, directing. You know, that was my shit. You know what I mean? So I definitely know it's a part of me. So I just needed to just suss it out. I mean, also nice petty cash on the side as well. You know, so some days it's just like, oh, might as well do that. You know, and we'll constantly create. You know, constantly learn. Like it's been cool. Like met some really good actors as well on stage, which is really cool. But the point now is to go and act completely as well. That's something I want to do. I want to be on the telly, you know.
Rap.
Act rap. Yeah.
There's no rest.
There's no rest because we gotta constantly create. You know, we gotta constantly change and rethink it. Like you know, like imagine like we had control of SABC, guys. Imagine we control of SABC.
We almost did, and then they scrapped that 90% local,
yeah,
which really pissed me off.
Yeah, can I just personally say, I think like work needs to be done like at the SABC. You know, it's an important institution.
It is.
It's a very important institution for that's why our industry is suffering also because platforms like that are not being used correctly. You know what I mean? So much needs to change, you know. We need to switch it up now. We need to be the country that we said we wanted to be.
Exactly.
Not what we have and take what we have. No, let's challenge it now. Let's change.
It's adapted to our worldview.
Exactly.
And our perspective of what it should be.
Exactly. You know, let's move away from like material conversations and let's act. Let's move away from mature conversation. Let's act now, guys. Let's move it on. You know, what country is desolate? Like desolate means bad, no? Yeah, desolate. I remember.
Yes.
Yeah, desolate. The country is desolate. You know, it's a maze, man. It's like unemployment is a fucking, can I say?
Yeah, so
God is great. I love her. Yeah, it's fucked up, fam. Lots of people don't have jobs. Some people don't have money. People are hustling out there. You know, guys, money knows no pride. Work. You know.
Get it how you can.
Get it how you can. I'm learning that as well. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, guys, it's a jungle out there for real. Like it's a jungle out there. If you're in varsity, I'm telling you, it's a jungle out there. If you're not, you know, it's a jungle out there. So equip yourself.
Being a creative in South Africa, it's just a risky decision that you take with your life. To so I'm gonna forego any other career out there and just be creative.
Yeah, it's literally you sacrifice your life. You take your life. You say, I offer my life to you. And like your life becomes what you, and that's a great thing. I think it's a great thing because you have a purpose, guys.
Yeah.
I always say God is purpose. You know, God is purpose. That's why we're all godly. You know what I mean? That's why I believe I'm a God. You a God. You know, we all have this in us because we got a purpose. As soon as you find your purpose, you're a God, man of God.
And chase that fucking.
And fucking chase that purpose and make it a thing. Yeah. Make it a real proper thing.
Yeah. Also, I just wanted to find out if you. Are you a staunch Christian?
I'm not Christian at all. I'm not Christian at all. People get this confused all the time. I'm not Christian. I'm spiritual. I believe in God. And like I say, I believe God is purpose. When
he said it.
Yeah, no, I don't believe in Christian. I'm not a Christian. Not that I don't believe in Christianity. Yeah. Like I think anything can be believed. It's a belief. If I want to believe it, I can believe it. I can wake up tomorrow and believe something else.
Yeah, I always have this conversation with friends because for the longest time I've also just been identifying as spiritual.
Yeah.
With me, there's just churches, man, and the shit that happens there. It's like they tempt me off. And when you say that, people always have this rebuttal of, no, you need to come to my church.
Hey, Christians, now we're not sharing. Push that ID. Push that ID.
I'm not, believe what you want, go to your church, that's perfectly fine. Do what works for you. I just hate this thing of, because we are not on the same train of thought or belief, suddenly you're going to clash someone else, which is usually what happens when you tell someone, oh, I'm spiritual. It's like, oh no, you're just afraid of saying you're a Christian or whatever.
I think I'm lucky to know good Christians because I can see Christians, and the people around me. I think those who are spiritual or whatever, whether it's be that or any other religion, they're good people. I think when it comes to churches, I'm a church boy. I grew up in church, literally. That's all I did. My whole life, you know. Started drinking at 17, imagine.
That's always the hardcore religious people who grew up in the church. Always, you know, they start doing bad things at age.
What do you mean younger? That's old.
17.
Yes, that's old.
It's old, but what's the legal drinking age?
Really, guys, really. Oh no, kids, no, don't drink. Don't drink. But also, I think part of that conversation, honestly, is must have honest conversations of what's happening with the children as well, so that we can teach them if we know that children are drinking, guys, let's have conversations about how to teach them to not abuse it. Because that's the problem, really. It's like the sex conversation. Kids are having sex, guys. The conversations that we had, honest conversations need to be had. So that we equip them. You know what I mean?
True.
I would have had better drinking habits if maybe someone taught me to drink. But Miss Funde.
Where did you start with actually? That's a conversation.
I think it was a castle line. No, I walked in and Sydney on town just fed me like it was some spirit. But it was some spirits, but like yeah, but
hot stuff.
it was a hot stuff. But it was like that was just one party. TMFD. I don't know if anyone remembers it from my high school. But
varsity it's just Russian.
Yeah, because it's affordable.
It's a student staple.
You know, so that's why I said I mentioned it in Stay and Sleep. Russian bear.
Yeah.
And what to call this? I'm like emotional. Russian bear, but I remember at that time when the caps were like everyone at Great Dane, you know, had to have the caps, tops, just like that. HPC, you know, it was just like, oh wow, it was a time. It was a time. Speaking of the soundtracks of life, but yeah.
Actually, let's go back a bit. Queernomics is an award-winning album.
Why?
Because remember, I was at Wits Up Museum.
Oh yes, guys.
The designer of the cover for one of his singles.
Oh yes.
Won Artist of the Year.
Yes. Oh no, he was runner up. He was runner up.
Not bad.
It's fine, but no, we did. I never announced this, but like, cause we've been working on it. But we won the Wits with. I did a piece. It was actually for the exams.
Yeah.
Crystal, Walton, Usange, Mokhobo, and Mokhoba, sorry. And we did this piece called Queernomics with 3 web series at Wits. And won Best Web Series and got some international recognition as well in a German publication. I forget which it was. But that happened. But the reason why I never think because we wanted to do something with it. But I mean, this. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry about it. It isn't going to put it, but doesn't mean you'll never see it.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you'll never see it. Yeah, that we want that. I mean, I always say that's I guess how I conquered the age. I literally, if it's age that is, because I never finished. If I say to you, I'm like, oh, should you saying but hey, man, same respecting things. But I mean, like we're saying earlier, like back then I was just not doing what I was meant to be doing. You know what I mean? Good. So yeah, it is award winning in that sense, and I mean that was great work. And shout out to Papi as well, Papi Kunopi. I mean, it was a pleasure working with him. Let's get into Matrix of Resilience.
That cover for that, what is it?
Eat My Ass also, yes. Dude, it's mine, right? And then it's Papi for sure. Trust me, dude. Dude, shout out to Papi. You know, shout out to Papi, and like it was a great process working with him. Amazing artist.
Yo, while we're still here, the podcast is live on iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify.
Yeah.
The video version we're on YouTube, so subscribe there, please. And like the video, we're still chilling with Gyre here. We're talking everything creativity and Queernomics and all that. Dropping out of school. How do your parents feel about that?
You know, my dad was like, okay. He took it very well. He was like, okay, fine. He said, okay, that's fine. And I remember he gave me a high five and he said, I love you. I was like, oh, that's the first time in 3 years now, really?
Is this a black father?
Listen, my dad's amazing, guys. My dad's amazing. Like,
that's actually a great thing.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you know, of course we've had our ups and downs, like any other relationship. Yeah. But like, I really appreciate my parents. My mother, drama queen, drama. No, she was like, okay, what? She woke me up like the next morning, like after we decided. She woke me up at 5. Have a phone down there. I dropped out, mom. Have a phone down. No, mom. Like literally shouting out of it. I'm not. Yeah, shame, it was a lot. But she's been so supportive this year now. Like. She's on my side. Like shout out to my mother, like my rock. My mother's my rock. That's my rock. So like psychologically, you know. I don't know that song. What?
Psychologically what?
What? It's a struggle song. Cause of psychologically. What?
I don't know those lyrics.
What? To be fair, sometimes doing FMF you're like, okay, what's this one? Okay,
but just FMF all you had to do was just hear a song once.
Yeah.
There are so many songs that I didn't know initially. Maybe like half the songs we did at FMF, I didn't know them. After a day, I was in there singing them very confident.
Yeah, you know, can I say, I was speaking to someone about FMF the other day, and it was weird, and I think I learned to phrase it better than I am now. In the sense that, like, FMF was a very traumatic time. But
for those who are wondering, FMF is
Fees Must Fall. Fees Must Fall, yeah. It was a very traumatic time, but also a very fulfilling time, because I remember, like, in those moments you feel so much purpose. I remember feeling so much purpose, just being there. You know what I mean?
You were part of something bigger than
you. It was so much bigger than everything. We were fighting for so many different things, you know. And like, you had your own struggle. I had my own struggle with my mom, trying to see me there.
I was shot twice, and I was in there. I got shot twice.
Wait, did it land on you?
No, it was rubber bullets on both times. The first time around, I was actually with Beefy. I was with Beefy and our other friend Shasi.
Yeah.
Got shot.
Yeah.
Second time was outside our place. This was just, I think it was when they were now imposing like a curfew in Braamfontein.
That was wild, state of emergency shit. That was wild. It was Braam was wild.
And after they announced that, I think it was the SRC and the All-Res Council, they were like, no guys, we're gonna actually break the curfew. So as part of that, everyone was encouraged, just go out, randomly walk around in the street, engage these police officers and whatnot. Just not like engage physically, personally, but just to walk around and run away from them if they come to you and stuff. And hey, as we were running away, one of these fucking rubber bullets got me.
Where did it hit you?
The second time, right on my ass. On my ass cheek. Right in my ass cheek. That was not nice at all. That was not nice at all.
Sure, no, I was lucky. It never hit me once. I never got shot. I got shot at like plenty of times, but I never got shot.
I got hit twice.
I don't know. I remember seeing a friend, Mazia, get hit in the face as we're thinking by Great Hall Steps. It was Fees Must Fall was a lot. Fees Must Fall was. I learned a lot about Aula. That's when my distrust with police, to this day, honestly, still stems. And the media in terms of the way it reports. Like I remember there was one incident. I was there. I was literally there. I read motorbike. A motorbike, apparently, whatever. All we did was told this guy, don't come here. We've shut this place down. Respect our protest. No. This guy tried to. He wanted to come through it. He wanted to come through us. I'm like, no, don't come here. No, I remember it was a white male, which made it even more aggravating because it was like, do you literally not recognize all hundreds of these black faces right here saying, respect our protest? No, he wants to drive off. They told him move away. Hands were put on his thing, but nothing was broken or anything. It just told him to move away. Hey, in the paper, he was attacked, he was this, he was that. And I was like, I was there, none of that happened. Yeah, no shame. It was just, I think the perspective was a problem. If I think about it from a journalistic point of view, if the journalists went with
if they didn't support or see what we were protesting for, the narrative was changed.
The narrative changed. Why were you standing where the police are taking photos of us? The story is not now about the fact that Fees must fall, because that's something we all know. The story is that we are saying Fees must fall and the police are saying, no, you must die. So that's the side you should be on. You should be on our side, taking potentially rubber bullets and see what we are going through. Because now in this reported thing, you're making us seem like crazy kids who just don't want to write exams or don't want to do anything when there's a purpose.
That was the worst one. This thing of we don't want to write exams.
Yeah, no, that was just
who wants to remain in Braam or in Park or whatever? I want to go home.
Dude.
Like everyone wanted to write. It was the right thing to do.
It's draining. The place is draining. You don't want to be there. You don't want to be there.
We've been chilling with Gyre. We're out of time.
I feel like we can go forever.
40 minutes. Listen, we're going to do this again next year. After the album comes out.
No stress.
Doing this again.
No stress. No stress.
No stress.
Definitely.
Yo, this has been No Limit Podcast with me, Kopano Khonyane, chilling with superstar to be the Beyonce of hip hop.
Shout out to that! Seeing her on Sunday. Yay me.
Oh shit, are you going?
Yeah. I'm having the Papa Pepper guys.
Joburg City, when they were doing that.
Yeah, and in Hillbrook. Actually, right by where I used to live. So I moved to Joburg, I lived in Fontana.
Yeah.
Like, it was Richie by there, so it was actually quite nostalgic and going up the road. By the way, so Joburg CBD, like, is dirty, guys. Another message I'd like to put out there. Government, my elections are as a in the
DA runs Joburg. They've been telling us they're doing better, but the CBD just remains as it is.
It's amazing. It's
do something.
Do something. It's not just DA. It's DA and the NC people who were there before. Because they had all of whoever has been working there. Please, we need more clarity as to why our streets are dirty. Can we put more bins? And then can we have a campaign to make sure that people in South Africa know not to litter? Because it's really a problem.
Oh, that's the other thing.
It's a genuine
fucking litter as a country.
Yo. I always say I mean, I'm a dirty boy. My personal space is a mess, but it's my personal space.
Yeah.
In a space that we share, guys, I think we should be doing
clean
more.
Up,
Let's clean up where we share.
Man, as you can see, we can go on for
actually.
We are on SoundCloud, No Limit Podcast Zere. We are on Spotify, same, No Limit Podcast. We are on iTunes, same. We are on YouTube. Please subscribe. Yeah. I think I have. Okay, you know, didn't mention how many subscribers on YouTube. It's really bad.
It's coming, It's coming.
No, next year the plan is.
Yeah. Shout out to those who are listening, actually. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, actually.
Love you. And comment, like on YouTube, subscribe. Where can we find you, Jay?
At GYRE_SA, baby.
On all social media
except Facebook. Just that data right there. Except Facebook. Facebook, it's Gyre Queer Rap. Gyre, QUEERRAP, Queer Rap.
Also, this is like the last podcast for me for 2018.
Shout out to you. 5 episodes this year?
Yeah, 5 episodes.
And you started this year?
And I started this year.
Shout out to you.
I started like now in October, like the middle of October. So yeah.
Shout out to getting it done, guys. You gotta do things that you plan. If you think about it, you can do it. If you're doing a shout out to you, because you're working towards your hustle.
Absolutely. See you next year, yo.
Peace out.